Here I am. What's happening? How you guys doing? I am on my way out to the Hermitage store, and I was hoping to do a little video once I'm there. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to have any quiet space to do a quick video, so I figured I'd start it here in the truck on my way. We are very quickly approaching our 6-month mark for the Hermitage store. I cannot remember what day we opened it in November, but I want to say it was somewhere around the 2nd week, maybe 3rd week in November. So we're approaching our 6-month mark within just a few days. Now, if you don't remember, we did sign only a 1-year lease at this place just to check it out and see how we liked it. Guys, well, I guess that didn't go the way I planned it to go, filming in the truck on the way here. I ended up having to take a call and cut it short. But anyway, let me try to pick up where I left off. So we're at our 6-month mark, right around to the very day of being here, 6 months. So far, I actually really like this store. I like the area. I think we helped out a lot of our customers by coming here, saved a lot of people a lot of time. But there's a lot of things to take into effect, and there's a lot of things to consider moving forward on if we want to, you know, renew our lease and stay here longer. Now, one thing I did miss when we were originally looking at this place, the ventilation sucks, and I did not realize that. I really should have when we looked at the place, but there's, you know, there's a lot to take into account when you're looking at a retail place to rent. Not only that, you know, my plate's full anyway, so I really didn't even consider that. I just assumed that, you know, it's a retail place, there's going to be good ventilation and everything would be fine. Problem being, you know, and there's block windows, so we can't just bust out the windows or remove a window and put an exhaust fan in there. And you know, we don't keep many rodents here. There are only 6 rodent racks total. 4 of them are rats, 2 of them are mice and African soffers. Now the ladies do an awesome job of keeping the rodents clean here. They clean literally every day, and other than that 1 2-star review we got about a month ago, everyone else says, you know, you can barely smell them or you don't smell them, and everything's fine. However, even though they're clean, when we shut down on Monday night, because we're closed on Tuesdays, most of the time no one shows up here on a Tuesday. The rats have enough food and water to get through. Any beardies, snakes, anyone with heat or special lighting, we have you know, electronic things that we could turn their lights on automatically from our phones. They're actually set to turn on at a certain time and turn off at a certain time, but we could also go in and check to make sure that that happened. But when we're shut down on Tuesday, and then when you come in to open on Wednesday morning, it's like cracking the seal of a rat crap factory. It stinks so bad in the store on Wednesday mornings. Now, once Amber gets here, props the door open and starts cleaning cages, you know, the smell goes away usually within a half an hour or so. It's really just the build up for no one being here for, you know, 30 plus hours. But, you know, plus we have that air purifier that helps on a regular basis. Problem is, like I said, when it's sealed up for 30 hours and there's not even a window or fan pulling the smell away, the ventilation is just terrible. Aside from that, we do have good landlords, but they do leave a lot to be desired. I'm not going to get into all the details on why they're great or what they could do better with. That's, I mean, that's nobody's business, not even mine. It's whatever. If we were to stay here another year, they're fine. You know what I mean? There's not enough problems with them that we wouldn't want to stay. But the biggest thing, being that it is business, is money. Of course, opening the 2nd location, we wanted to help remove some of the people from Vienna because we have terrible parking and it's such a very small store. And we got an average of 35 sales a day in Vienna. And we knew we had a lot of Pennsylvania people, so we were trying to cut back some of them, you know, direct them here so that, you know, there wasn't so many traffic jams at Vienna. that actually did help. You know, a lot of our Pennsylvania customers now come here instead of Vienna, but here we are 6 months later and our daily average sales is 36. So we actually have more daily people in Vienna than we did 6 months ago, even though we lost, you know, a lot of people in Vienna because they're coming here. So that's cool because, you know, if we didn't open this place, Vienna might see, you know, 50 people a day on average, which means, you know, on heavy days, there might be 70 or 80 people there, which if you know Vienna, you know that would be tough with the parking that's there. But anyway, having it's a retail location, the rent costs more and the utilities cost more, and we have to have, you know, someone here working the whole time we're open, so that's a lot more payroll. And on average, over the last 6 months, we're only doing about 67% revenue to cover our overhead. Now, there's no profit yet. And that's tough because any profit that Vienna generates has to come here to pay the bills and make sure payroll, make sure everyone's getting paid, and then we have enough rodents and insects and all that stuff. So, you know, if we broke even and there was enough revenue here at the end of the 1 year mark, I would probably keep it open for another year because I know that we're always going to grow, we're always going to do better, more people are going to find out about us and all that. But at only 2/3 the revenue needed just to break even, we're kind of walking a tightrope here on whether or not it's a good idea to stay open. I do know that it's springtime and more babies are being born and more babies are hatching and people need more bugs and more rodents and all that stuff. So I know business is going to pick up, but will it pick up enough to take on another year here? That's the big question. And over the next, I'm going to say 2 to 4 months, we're going to have to make a decision with the landlords on whether or not we're going to sign another lease. The way it's looking right now, we're probably not going to. Like I said, because the sales here do not even cover the bills to have this store. It's not enough to pay the bills. And if it's not enough to pay the bills, that means there's no profit at all. And the profit, I wouldn't care so much about as long as it paid for itself. You know, so it's going to be a very sketchy next couple of months on figuring out whether or not we can keep this place for another year. Now, God forbid, if we had to shut it down, that's a lot more people flooding to Vienna, because I know a lot of you that come to Hermitage started out coming to Vienna. Now you just save yourself some time by coming here. And if you come back to Vienna, that's a lot more people there. So something we've been wanting to do for over a year now was to find a better location for Vienna that has better parking, better space, and all that stuff. And I wasn't actually going to mention this until at least the customer appreciation party, or at least until, you know, we find out some more details to find out if it's official or not. But we may have found that spot that's going to work for Vienna, because what it needs to be is, it has to be within just a couple of minutes from where we're at. It has to have more space, and it has to have better parking, and it has to be a retail location. The place we found is on a main road. It has great signage. It has a lot better parking where it's not one in, one out. People can pass each other when they're coming and going. And if we get this place, I'm not going to tell you where it's at yet, but I can tell you it's only 4 minutes away. So if we get that place, you're not going to be bothered at all. It might save you 4 minutes. It might add 2 minutes to your trip. But, you know, coming down Sodom Hutchings is about, you know, 2 miles anyway. So it's going to work out. So it's going to be pretty much exactly the same time frame as you're driving now to come visit us in Vienna. But if we get that place, we're going to put some money down to hold it, but we're not going to open there until maybe August or September or October. And the reason being is we need to find out if this place is going to grow and if it's going to you know, bring on enough customers that it will actually pay for itself and hopefully become profitable. If it does, and there's enough people coming here getting feeders, then we'll keep this open and we'll move Vienna, and we're going to have 2 good retail locations. If this place does not do good, unfortunately, we're going to have to shut it down, and we're going to still move to the new location. Hopefully, we got to see what happens with it. But I like to be transparent with you. I like to let you know what's happening, what's going on, what my thoughts are, what our plans are, because this is going to be a very, very busy year. For a lot of reasons. I mean, we got the new baby coming in just a couple months, and the reptile shows are growing, and we got people asking us to do more reptile shows, which I would really love to do, but I don't have the time. But there's just a lot going on, and so that's why I don't want to open that other location until we figure out what's happening with Hermitage. You know, I'm not sure how soon before the end of our lease that the landlord is going to approach us to find out when we need to make a decision on whether or not we're staying or going. But if we're going, there's a good possibility that we're going to cut our lease short by maybe a month or so. Now, we're not going to bail out on the lease. We're still going to pay for, you know, till the end of October is when our lease ends. But we might shut down here, say, you know, at the end of September or the beginning of September. That way we have time to get everything that's here, take it to the new location and set it all up there. And oh, just for reference, our Vienna store is only about 400 square feet inside, plus we have the bug building, the carport, and the garage where we have our bugs and rodents and all that. The new place is about 3,500 square feet, most of that being the retail store. There's a big area behind the counters where we could do the animal boarding. I mean, there's a nice space. There's restrooms there and sinks there and good ventilation. It's a really nice looking place. I mean, we're very excited. We've actually tried to get this place about a year ago, and it looked like someone else was getting it, and they kind of beat us to it, and they were getting ready to close on the deal. So we ended up finding Hermitage instead, and then unfortunately their deal fell through. Now it's available again. So we've been talking with them a lot over the last 3 weeks, and we actually went there twice. I took some measurements, looked around, spoke to the realtors, and on Friday we submitted the rental application and, you know, everything we needed to move forward getting in there. Now, if we do get it and it works, they accept our offer and our deposit and all that goes through, we'll definitely let you know. Like I said, I want to be an open book with you. When I'm planning to do something, a lot of times I don't like telling anybody until it's official. But at the same time, I want you to be able to plan accordingly as well. If we're going to shut down Hermitage, I would like you to know as much in advance as I possibly can. That way you know what's happening. And if we stay open, all the better. You won't have to really change anything. But I want to let you know, and to be fully transparent and honest with you, right now Hermitage does not do enough sales to cover the bills, you know. So if our lease ended today, we would not keep going. But we still have 6 months. I'm guessing 2 to 4 of those months we're gonna still grow, and we're still gonna try to push people here and have the bugs and the rodents and the reptiles and the supplies and all of that. But we're gonna have to make a decision, I'd say at 4 months at the latest from right now, on whether or not we're gonna keep it. And that being said, I wanted to let you know what is on our plate, what is in our near future, and what we're looking and planning to do. Again, if this place was at least paying for its own bills, I would keep it open. I would give it the time that it needs to grow organically. You know, profit can come later, but it at least has to cover the bills. We do not have the extra money to just keep putting into this place if it's not paying its own bills. So I will let you know. I will keep you posted. This is just your 6 month synopsis of how Hermitage is actually doing. I know a lot of you like coming here simply because it's closer. Unfortunately, we did have some complaints over the last 6 months on some of our workers that were working here. And you know, that's terrible, because we try to find good workers and we try to look out for our workers just as hard as we look out for our customers. But unfortunately, not everybody is as lively as we are or as happy as we are. And some people, you know, feel like they're troubling our worker when they come in asking for rats, and they don't want to be a bother. And I never want anyone to feel like that. And if you ever feel like that because of a customer, please let me know directly, or Amber. What you guys think and feel means everything to me, because we wouldn't be here without you. So if you have any issue with anybody, please do not hesitate to come to me or Amber, and we will get to the bottom of it and we'll get things figured out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I will keep you posted. We're halfway through the first year. Let's see where we can go from here. So I'll see ya. By the way, VIP subscriptions are on our website. If you buy a lot of reptile feeders, if you buy a lot of bugs, rodents, supplies, anything reptile related, Tier 2 and Tier 3 can save you automatically 5 to 10% on everything you purchase from us. Our customer appreciation party is coming up on July 8th. It's at Harding Park in Hubbard. If you buy any VIP subscription, you already got tickets to the customer appreciation party. If you did not buy any subscription, general admission is $5 and VIP is $15. General admission, we're doing 2 time slots because it's a 7-hour party. We're trying to split the crowd up a little bit, because last year we had 250 people coming in, plus us who threw the party. So we had people there cooking, we had a few people that set up with snakes and racks and things like that. And by the way, when you come to the party and you see the stuff that's for sale, everything is marked down to the bottom dollar at the party. The party is to give back to you, and it's, you know, full of raffles, giveaways, and sweet deals. But yeah, back to what I was saying. 2 time slots. It's noon to 3:30 and then 3:30 to 7. So you could come early or you could come late. Regardless of when you're going to be there, you'll get tickets for the raffles. You'll get all kinds of food, drink, all you can eat, drink, all that good stuff. And if you buy the VIP, you can come anytime you want. You can come and go anytime you want. You'll have tickets for the VIP raffles, which are much bigger than the general admission raffles, but there's going to be a lot less of the VIP giveaways. But yeah, it's just a couple things we're doing now. The VIP subscriptions, customer appreciation party, which is our 6th annual. I can't believe that. Can't believe it's been 6 years. But yeah, that is that. I will keep you posted. There's nothing set in stone yet as far as keeping Hermitage open or shutting it down, getting a new location, or staying in Vienna. Nothing is in stone yet. I'm just telling you what our plans are and what we're trying to do over the next, you know, few months or all of 2023, so that you know. So if you want to see Hermitage stay open, tell your friends, all the people that you know that have reptiles, tell them where to come and get their feeders for the best price, the best quality, and all that stuff. Other than that, I will see y'all soon. Have a good one.